All right, it is that time
Oh
where
man.
the 3 United fans and the 1 Chelsea fan go into therapy because United lost 1-0 to Arsenal at home. And I don't know if any of the listeners follow me on Twitter, but I went on a rant about the whole situation today. But I'm going to leave this open to Karn and Nishta because there's a reason why there's 2 United fans here, because we can collectively grieve. So let's start with Nishta. Nishta, what were your thoughts after the game, and how you feeling? How is everything?
It's quite shit. I honestly was so mad after the game. I mean, in the middle of the game, I was just like, no feelings, nothing, barring a couple of incidents when I was absolutely screaming at my TV. I had no emotions whatsoever. And
Yeah.
I think that built up inside me so bad, I actually fell ill. And that's not happened to me with a United game in a very long time.
Shit.
I cannot for the life of me understand just why this is so frustrating. I mean, we're doing decently defensively suddenly, and then just nothing. It's I don't know if you guys will agree with me. It's just honestly frustrating watching these guys hoof the ball around uh to no end, and there's just nobody finishing stuff over here. It's very frustrating, honestly. I've been very annoyed
Mm.
for a while. The only good thing that's happened is that Harry Maguire, who I've been laying into totally for the last few weeks, has had a decent game, and that just made that shit cake worse. Like the topping was not a
Yeah.
very good one. Because I couldn't even rant against him.
What do you tweet now?
What do I say? What do I
Yeah.
even say?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I was just randomly picking up fights with Ole out. Like, need to do
Yeah.
something right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and we'll get to the Ole out people, but I want to hear Kan's thoughts about the match as well.
So you asked the what were first thoughts were at full time. Mine actually outside was the first also outside the game. I'm like, Arey yaar, now I have to deal with the Twitter meltdown and everyone suddenly going from Ole is a genius
Yeah,
to now being like, oh, he's the worst manager
yeah,
ever. From
yeah,
people going to do the diamond is the best formation ever
yeah,
made to why does he ever play that?
yeah,
It's frustrating. So my thought of the game itself was just like it's inconsistency, right? I'm not going to
yeah,
say that, oh, this was wrong. It's just that the inconsistency is so annoying because that win yesterday, and suddenly with the game in hand, we are ready for like a proper battle at the top four and
exactly.
whatnot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
The 4 games which are supposed to be the toughest, a crazy tough run, right? PSG,
yeah,
Leipzig, Chelsea, Arsenal would have come away with 3 wins and a draw, which would have been unthinkable before
yeah,
that. And,
yeah,
that just sort of sets up the players also with the belief to sort of go through. And then to see that, then going into the players who just didn't show up, man. The midfielders were just lost. They didn't do anything. They couldn't put 2 passes together. And it was just reminiscent again of the last couple of seasons or even before Ollie, what's been happening is sort of, when it gets to the point where, okay, if we win this game, we'll
yeah,
cement that
yeah,
thing that, okay, we have arrived and we're
yeah.
fighting. That's when we suddenly don't show up. And that just keeps happening. And that was the most frustrating part for me more than anything else. Just not showing up for that game where you can cement yourselves
Yeah.
was the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, and what you mentioned, Nishta, is absolutely something that I want to talk about, which is the Ole out brigade. And I think it's safe to say that all three of us United fans here are very strongly Ole in, because we are not 16 and we have an education primarily. And the thing is, and this is what I spoke about on Twitter as well, and what you mentioned is absolutely right, where after Leipzig everybody's just like, oh, the diamond formation is a tactical masterclass, and then immediately now it's like, why the fuck is he playing the diamond? Like, that's so outdated. Here's the thing, yeah, Ole is not the best manager in the world when United win, and he's not the worst manager in the world when United lose. He is a decent manager. He's good. The cultural changes that he has brought into the club are unmistakable and undeniable. I'm seeing an intensity from United that I have not seen previously. For fuck's sake, he's getting Fred to perform well. If that is not progress, I don't know what to say to people. Like, I am genuinely happy to see Fred in a starting lineup. If I see Fred and McTominay in the middle of that midfield, I'm like, cool. Hum log goal jaane nahi dega. And who would have thought this 2 years ago, 3 years ago, that any United fan could be saying that? But he's getting these performances out. And honestly, the inconsistency is a problem. पर होता है यार. Who is consistent in this season?
Yeah.
This is a fucked up season where COVID has completely like killed player fitness. The way you prepare for matches is completely different. You have to constantly be worried about the virus hitting your team and fucking things up. Plus, the fixture list is so congested. It's fine. I wasn't surprised that United didn't show up. I wasn't surprised that there wasn't intensity because they're fucking tired. It's not easy to play midweek and then play again on the weekend. If I would guarantee you, everybody who's saying things like Ole out right now, you put them on a fucking turf. To 2 घंटा turf पे खेल 5-a-side, एक दिन, and then 2 days later play again, and then see what happens to you. You won't be able to last the first 10 minutes. You will want to go off and be like, fuck, I need water in the first 10 minutes. So it's not FIFA, guys. It's not FIFA. It's not Football Manager. There's a lot more that goes into it. The other thing is, of course, a hot topic on Twitter is Donny van de Beek. Now, I want to start with Nishta again because Nishta, I've been reading your tweets and you're very heavily Van de Beek in.
Yes.
So let's elaborate on that.
So I think the whole not showing up thing would have changed quite a bit had Van de Beek been in that starting 11. But I'm guessing Ole is doing that thing where he wants him to start Champions League games and have some sort of rotation going on.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is an unprecedented season. I hate using the word, but this has been an unprecedented season. And we needed Van de Beek over here to kind of like hold things together because you saw the second he came on, the impact that he had was just unmistakable. So it's okay. I mean, if you do not have like the rotation down to a pat and sometimes believe that it's okay, Van de Beek needs to start this game over Pogba maybe. And Pogba has been I don't know if you guys agree with this, but Pogba has been better when he's being bought on rather than when he's being started.
Absolutely.
So just do it, man. Just bring Van de Beek on. My only problem with Ole sometimes is that he's just slow on change. You can see it with the substitutions. You can see it with his rotation. Just like catch on, man. Sometimes just like get to it, because I know for a fact that it's going to happen. Van de Beek will start. Pogba will be subbed in most times in later months. But just be ahead of the curve, man, for once. That's my only problem with Ole. Otherwise, I'm totally okay with how things are going. Like you said, we're not 16. I back my manager no matter who he is. I back Mourinho till the very end. I think except Moyes everywhere.
I'll be honest, I backed Moyes as well. I was like, okay. मतलब फर्ग्यूसन ही बोला है कि ये तुम्हारा मैनेजर वो मतलब करेगा यार. सर एलेक्स बोला इट्स माय जॉब.
भाई ने बोला बापू दिखता है तो दिखता है. बहुत बड़ी गलती हो गई मॉयस के साथ. बहुत बड़ी
7 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट.
It ran out right now, right? So it's just
it's fucking funny. But in terms of Pogba also, like and just rewinding a little, what you said about Ole's substitutions, bang on. If there's one criticism that I have of the manager, he's a manager who's teaching his squad to play multiple formations and switch formations on the go while they are playing. And that's a good sign because Nagelsmann and Arteta have both pointed out how it was tough for them to prepare because in the past 3 matches, he's played 3 different formations. So they didn't know what to expect. It worked against Leipzig. It didn't work against Arsenal. But again, did it not work against Arsenal? I think it did because David De Gea was untroubled till Pogba gave the fucking penalty away. So in my head, I'm still considering it as a 0-0 draw. If I'm being very honest, I know that's not how scoring and football works, but humor me. But yes, he's somebody who's so good with changing formations and he's bringing that dynamism to his managerial career. But that's not there in his subs. His subs are very cookie cutter. They're very simple. Like, हाँ, मेरे को पता है कि मेरे को 75 minutes पे ये करने का है, तो whatever happens, I will make this change. And that pragmatism is not there in his substitutions, and that's one criticism. Although I love the fact that Pogba went out for the player interview after the game because he doesn't do that often. Pogba doesn't really do post-match interviews often. But I can guarantee you, Solskjaer अंदर आया, उसको बजाया. बजाया वो टैकल के लिए और फिर बोला now you're going to go face the media. तू जा और तू sorry बोल के आ. And you could see that Pogba was like, yeah, I made mistake. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I put my hands up. I can improve. I'm not good defensively. I know because Solskjaer just told me 5 minutes ago, so it's fresh in my memory. But I can improve. I can improve for sure.